Aloha friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sacred Lotus and welcome to another adventure here on TitanCraft. And as you can see, I'm still in my little hide hole. I've made some improvements to the living space. I've kept it pretty simple because I plan for my next living situation to be a little more pretty. So it's gonna, my base is gonna stay like this until I'm ready to actually build my proper house, I guess. I'll get into my plans for the area in a minute. I've got some chickens here, pooping eggs. I've got a couple of furnaces, some chests, and I've got a tool chest stack here. My welcome cookie and my boat are all framed, and my first pair of boots are also framed. I also have a map of my area. This is where I am, and this area here is part of where I'm planning to build. I've got a composter there. I haven't got a chest for it yet. I need to get some more wood in a few. I've got a little patch of crops here, just enough for me. Growing stuff. It's also good for breeding up them chickens as well. Did you know I recently learned that you don't have to just stick with wheat seeds for breeding chickens. Any seed, if it's a seed, chickens will eat. So, which is good because means I don't have to stick with just the one thing. I can give them a varied diet. And you know, you got to make sure that your animals are well fed. And I've got some sheep here, growing me some blue marker wool, because I like to mark out where things are gonna go, and my idea for my area is rather big, so I need to know where things are gonna go. So I've been slowly building up my wool supply, and I need to get a storage area built soon. And as you can see here, I've got my portal set up. So at the moment, we have stuff over at spawn that we can go and check out. We're allowed to go get a ration of iron every day now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go pick up my iron ration, and I will be back in a minute. So in the time that it's taken me to go to spawn and back again, it's actually started raining quite a bit. So I'm thinking the first thing we should do is sort out our storage situation. I'm gonna wait till the weather has cleared up a bit, and then I'm gonna we will kick this into time lapse and work on a storage space. we go. We've got some space dug out for our storage. I've set up a little camp here. I've got some dump chests for things. This is sort of what the kind of space I kind of want. And I've got little access here that goes up and out of my portal. That way I don't have to I can have secret hideaway and stuff like that. And it's nowhere near finished. This is just me getting the space I need. But yeah, so far so good. I'm really liking where this is going. I'm gonna dig out a few more bits and then I'll bring you back in a bit. I've done a little bit more shaping, and I'm kind of liking the way I've got the room configured. I just want to next, decorate it before I place any chests down, because I want this to be my permanent storage area. I'm not gonna be doing any fancy redstone. Just some simple manual storage, which is more than enough for me. So what I'm going to do is I'll be going to get some stuff for the floor first, and then we'll go from there. I have mossed the entire floor. Now, don't worry, it's not going to stay this overgrown mess forever. We're going to actually have it pretty. I've got some terracotta and some amethyst. I need to get some other blocks as well, but I kind of have a little bit a method where I use the different blocks that come out of bone mealing moss to decide on a block palette. So like if you got carpeted moss, then you get one color. Plain moss is another. Grass is another. So on and so forth. So yeah. So I'm going to get started on working with this, and I don't have all the blocks I need for the color palette in mind. But we will slowly get there. Okay, I'm really pleased at how this has turned out. Luckily managed to find some sand nearby, so I was able to make the concrete powder. But I really love this floor pattern. It's like this method of designing a pattern has become one of my favorite things. Because it pulls away from any OCD tendencies, and I kind of don't want to obsess too much about how symmetrical something looks, because it does tend to wind me up a bit, as those who with OCD can relate to. And I don't want to be fussy over a floor that I'm probably not going to take much notice of once all the chests are put down in this room. So yeah, that's the floor done. Now I need to decide what we're going to do with the rest of the place. So let me do some thinking and I'll bring you back in soon. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed and we have some pretty walls here. And I'm at a point where I've kind of run out of materials, so I will have to go do some mining real soon. But I've got calcite for the backdrop behind the chests. I've got deep slate framing it, and I've got a little bit of accent color there in the corners. I added in some glowstone to light up the area. I kind of like this. The gold against all the coal colors. There's like a tiny bit of contrast But I'm unsure whether to keep the lighting like this or whether I should change it to frog lights or something later. Maybe use the pink ones. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've also got the start of a little bit of flooring up here, and I've added in a couple of stations. I've got a little dump chest for tools and stuff, and I've got some things started back here. Okay, so I wanted to do a little bit of brainstorming for the theme of my base. The theme is Inside Out. I'm a big Disney nerd, and one of my favorites of the latest Pixar movies is Inside Out, and I kind of wanted to do a base inspired by that movie. Showcase the inner workings of a Minecrafter's head, maybe. I'm not 100% sure of which point of view I want to do from, so we will make it up as we go. So first off, I want to make a note of a couple of things I want to include from the movie, maybe put our own twist on it, so it works better for the surrounding landscape. So we've got headquarters, the memory dump, which is the big chasm in the middle of the Brainscape. The Brainscape, shall we call it that? Yeah, the Brainscape. Let me know down in the comments what we should call the area, because I don't want to just keep calling landscape because it eventually won't look like land. So we've got long-term memory. The islands of personality. I also have other thoughts because I want to include a bit more of a living space inside the head, because in the movie we don't really see where the emotions live when a person's asleep, so perhaps we should do living areas for emotions, perhaps. I also want to build an area for farms where I don't have to end up moving it. So maybe we could have a farm, because our brains have more than just functions for memory and stuff. They also have the functions that control all of our involuntary systems, like your heart and your lungs and stuff like that. So maybe we could have the involuntary farms. Ignore the growly monsters. I think I have a pocket somewhere I need to go and sort out. Yeah, that's currently where my mindset is at the moment. What's the day like? Shall we go and have a quick look over the landscape, and we can maybe cultivate some ideas. Yeah, as I showed you before, this is where we're going to live. This entire space where we're standing now is going to be headquarters. I'm thinking that little mound of earth there could be where the farms live. This spot here where the X is, I kind of want to start work on the memory dump. And so we got a lot of work to do before we can actually place blocks, I think. Lots of digging. I've got to clear out all these trees. There's still, and yeah, if I go to the very edge of this area, I want that outer rim there to be where some of the island's personalities sit, perhaps. So I'm thinking that there would be maybe the outer edge of the memory dump, where we can have islands of personality sat in a row, perhaps. Or maybe we can do it a little bit differently, where the islands of personality aren't sat on the cliff, rather maybe they're floating about around on their own. I guess like the life on life force, because we're going to have to find some way to connect headquarters to the islands somehow in Minecraft physics. So yeah, we need to do some tinkering and figure out how to go about stuff. Anyway, I think that is going to have to do it for this episode. I'm really pleased and how well this floor turned out, and I love this backdrop against the deep slate. I haven't decided what to do with the ceiling yet. Maybe you guys can give me some ideas in the comments, because I also need to decorate this area as well, so it looks a bit more cozy. I'm thinking maybe I put an enchanting space here, because I want to put a bay window on this corner. So maybe we could put an enchanted space here and have a secluded area where I can come and sit and watch out the window, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you hanging out with me while I do all my things. I hope, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.